All right, everyone, pardon my voice. I'm sick. I tried not to record a video today, but guys, Darth Revan, it is here. Oh my gosh, am I so excited. This is massive, absolutely massive. He's also one of the most unique leaders in the entire game, if not the most unique leader in the entire game. I am so excited for this. What this really does, even more so than just having Revan be here, we're going to talk about this card. Oh my goodness, are we going to talk about this card? But more importantly, this officially confirms that we are going to get content outside of what's considered the canon universe. And that's really, really important because that really introduces a whole wealth of content outside of things that people are typically used to. Darth Revan's here. We could be seeing Bastila, both a good version, a bad version. We could be seeing Darth Malak. We could be introducing in a whole Knights of the Old Republic set, to be honest. Like, we could have an entire set dedicated to Knights of the Republic, and they probably could make 2 to 3 sets easily that all are pretty unique in terms of different characters being represented in Knights of the Republic alone. That's not including the expanded universe where we could probably have more Boba Fett's come in and all that good stuff. Things like Abeloth and Grandmaster Luke and, you know, all like that type of random characters off the top of my head. Oh my gosh, my voice is not having this today, but whew, we just got to push through it because I am immensely excited. Let's talk about actual Darth Revan here. Darth Revan, Scourge of the Old Republic, villainy card. He is a Force Sith user. Now, really important, just villainy. Just villainy, no aggression, cunning, vigilance, or command as an actual aspect, which means this guy, you really got to have a lot of villainy cards, right? Really got to have a lot of solid villainy base. Whatever aspect you choose is really going to decide the direction Darth Revan goes. When a friendly unit attacks and defeats a unit, you may exhaust this leader. If you do, give an experience token to that friendly unit. So the idea here is this guy's all about value trading. You're going to be taking your units, killing your opponent's units, and then hopefully having those units live. Immediately, the thing I think about with this is units with shield tokens with a high power, because those shield tokens will prevent them from dying, and then there'll be even more high power to really put on pressure to your opponent. So anything that can give you that little bit of advantage in value trading in the earlier stages of the game is going to be absolutely key, because if you're able to go ahead and start trading off units, but then have your units live and their opponent's units die, and then make those units even more threatening to potentially even be able to trade into future units that cost even more, that's where this guy goes absolutely nuts, right? But then we have the flip version. He's got 5 resource to flip nice and early, 3/6, so kind of like a mediocre stat line in terms of the grand scheme of the game. We have restore 1. Knights have restore on a unit, period, even if it's restore 1. And then we have when a friendly unit attacks and defeats a unit, you may give an experience token to that friendly unit. So same thing, except this time you are not going to be limited by once per turn because you do not have to exhaust Darth Revan to do so. This also counts himself. So if you do have the option to go out and attack in with Darth Revan into a unit and you kill that unit, you can give an experience token to Darth Revan himself. It's important to note that this also does not have any limitations in terms of how many times you can do it on a unit. Yes, on the front side, you have to exhaust Darth Revan, but on the flip side, you can do this multiple times in a turn. And even on the front side, if you do it to one unit over and over again, like let's say you use like the Force is with me, not that you're going to be playing that in this deck because that's a heroism card. Let's say you were to do that, you were to put a shield token, prevent all damage, get in an attack, next turn you're getting in another attack. That type of stuff is going to really bump up that unit and you'll be able to get multiple triggers from it. So the thing I'm thinking about with this Darth Revan is, first off, we need to see more of the set. One of the big things is Force themed, and are we going to see a major Force theme that kind of revolves around maybe getting a little bit of extra value for your units and pumping them up as you go? Maybe that's going to be super valuable. Upgrades is something that I'm really interested about with Darth Revan, mainly because if you play a unit and then you upgrade it, you can go out and get an attack and then hopefully have that unit live. And I'm a little bit more interested in upgrades these days because of things like, well, Chewbacca that have come out, right? That make the upgrade a lot more reliable. You could absolutely play a Chewbacca, pilot it on to Millennium Falcon turn 2, and suddenly it's probably going to be totally fine. Can't be Power of the Dark Sided, Merciless Contested, can't be Waylaid, all that good stuff, which is really, really key. If we get some more upgrades like that, then I could absolutely see playing a turn 1 unit into an upgrade, into a multiple attacks, and just completely dominate the board. Now, realistically, how powerful do I think Darth Revan would be in a meta right now? I think he's on the weaker side, to be honest, which I'm a little bit unfortunately disappointed in, because I wanted to be the absolute best. I could slam Darth Revan in every single dang game possible, because I love this card so much. Cannot wait to see the actual showcase version of Darth Revan. Oh, it's going to look absolutely sweet. But the real key part to this is with Darth Revan, even if he doesn't look that exceptional right now, we could definitely see a place where this guy looks good. Because the thing that I'm kind of interested in is right now, when you're playing a standard Star Wars Unlimited game, there are a good amount of trades going on. But mainly it's with Tarkin Town. Mainly it's with, removal events and things like that. You do a little bit of unit-to-unit combat. But I think with Darth Revan, one of the other things is you really want to get rid of all the Force units on the battlefield, most likely, because there's going to be a key synergy in set 5. So there is a chance that because you're going to want to focus on getting rid of units over the actual player, in some cases, I could see Darth Revan's value going a little bit higher. It's something that when you're playing against like Quinlan, for example, you have to decide, okay, do I want to race him, and can I race him, or can I even afford to race Quinlan because he's played a Force unit, and next turn I'm going to be absolutely decimated by a Force throw. So he's gonna be able to play, like turn 3 Kira into, or turn 3 Ahsoka into turn 4, like maybe a Ahsoka or a Kira plus Force throw, which can kill a unit and exhaust something and knock out my hand. Like something crazy like that can absolutely be devastating and can be really limited by taking out some of the units early on. And of course, depending on what type of units we actually get, if we have more earlier game options that can trade with things and live, that's something that I'm really curious about. Now, what about the base? This is something that I really am curious about. The first initial thought is aggression. The reason this is there's a lot of pretty strong units that have a Force theme in aggression, and that's the kind of thing that I gravitate towards. However, I think there is some, application for vigilance. I think both aggression and vigilance, in terms of just the current card pool that we have right now, are the two most appealing to me, because the aggression, you really have a lot of options to go quite aggressive, and I think that's one of those things there. If you happen to be able to get overwhelm on some of your units, or just get in, make a couple of trades, start putting on that pressure and then chaining that into more pressure, that could be extremely powerful. If you go vigilance, one of the key cards that I'm thinking about is like Lieutenant Chilton. You can make that just a 4 resource 6/6, which is very, very powerful. And that will be able to trade in and kill things and get more experience as well. And provide a little sentinel body, which can be pretty sweet. But there's also other options, like cunning is just a strong aspect. I think vigilance and aggression fit Revan's kind of style more. But there's cunning, right? Like just playing cunning and having the powerful events such as surprise strike, for example, or even like shoot first, right? Being able to go ahead and shoot first into a unit, get an experience token, and then have that unit benefit from that even further. I think that could be another dynamic. I think really what's going to determine the aspect is when we see Bastila. We've seen Darth Revan, guys. It's got to be Bastila soon, right? Like that's just what it's got to be. Like we got to see Bastila in the set. So if we're going to see Bastila and Darth Malak and like a few of these other legends of the Force, like I could absolutely see Malak and Revan or Bastila being what they consider legends of the Force. Like Bastila and her descendant kind of led into recreating the Jedi Order after being completely wiped out. We had Malak being an absolute menace in the post-Mandalorian War era. Like these characters I could absolutely see being additions to the game now that we've seen Darth Revan. Okay, again, the reason I'm so excited about this. But if we do see some of those, and depending on what aspect they are, could determine what aspect Darth Revan should be, right? Because if we see Bastila, and honestly Bastila to me would probably fit under cunning or command, similar because of her battle meditation and her overall just kind of like theme in the story. She like changes the course of battle, which is the key with her because of her battle meditation. So I definitely see her being cunning or command. And if that's the case, then we may see like cunning Darth Revan or command Darth Revan. But I do think both vigilance and aggression fit Darth Revan's theme, just like in general. But I do think cunning is a really nice option as well because of all the events. So who knows what we're going to see with Darth Revan. And I know I just spoke a lot about this one leader, but guys, I've been waiting for this for 5 sets. This is the card I've been waiting for. I'm so excited. I mean, I'm literally dying here, but it's okay because I had to take this video. I had to make this video, and I had to get some info in. But I wanted to add one more thing before I ended the video, and this is just something that we kind of already knew, but something that was lesser known. This is the new bases. These are all the common bases. We saw this in the starter deck reveal with the Vigilance base. My initial thought was that it was just the Vigilance base, right? But turns out that all of the different aspects, and we learned this a couple weeks ago, but all the different aspects are going to have a base like this, where when a friendly force unit attacks, the force is with you. So all the different aspects in the game are going to have this option. So if you're playing a force-based deck, such as with Revan, and you pull up one of these bases, you have a lot of force units, then you're going to be able to generate the force pretty regularly, I think. So can have any option, not just vigilance, not forced to pair with vigilance in order for that effect. You just have any option if you want. And this is, again, something that wasn't necessarily announced or anything like that in like an image or something, but it was mentioned in the kind of spoilers and things like that over the past couple of weeks. And also now we're actually seeing the official images, and you can actually find this on the Star Wars Unlimited official card base. And you can even see here all 4 aspects of 28 Live, but you could see this on the Star Wars Unlimited card pool here. Let me just pull this up. You can see the Shadowed Undercity here, and then the Jedi Temple, and then we're gonna have an aggression and a cunning version in this set. So pretty sweet. Let me know what you think about Revan, guys. And honestly, now that we have Revan, let me know what character you actually want to see. Because again, like I said, this opens the floodgates. There is almost no limit in terms of what character I can expect in the game at this moment. One of the big things was a lot of you were really hoping, oh, I can't wait to see the Legends of the Force. And when I think Legends, I think literally expanded universe Star Wars, like the actual Legends content. Okay. And we were seeing a lot of like, okay, here's Qui-Gon, here's, Darth Maul, which are sweet, by the way. No shade to those guys, but I wanted some Darth Revan. Okay. And we got it. So just let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I don't know if you can tell, but I am very excited about this. I cannot wait to hear what you have to say. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all for the next one.